right, Algebra 2, we are working on Lesson 4.2. It's extremely loud where I am. So if you hear noise, it's because I'm in the cafeteria. We are using laws of exponents, and you guys get pretty good at doing this from Algebra 1, and this is something that most of y'all don't forget, so that's awesome. When I multiply two bases, I add the exponents. When I have AB, all of that to the nth power, this is going to go to the A and to the B, not to be confused with the distributive property, because the distributive property, remember, is on the outside with a plus sign. But so remember that both of these get to the m power. And when I have a power to a power, I am going to multiply. So let's look at some examples of each. If I have 4 to the third and 4 to the fifth, it is going to be 4 to the eighth. Why? Because I have 3 4s and then 5 4s, all multiplied, which give me 8 4s. So don't make the common mistake of multiplying these bases, because remember, when I multiply, I add the exponents. Moving on, when I have 2x to the third, all of that squared, I'm going to take 2 squared, which is 4, and x cubed squared, which is x to the 6, because remember, this property right here tells us that when I have a power to a power, I multiply. All right, so when I have, let's use y, and I have that, the second power, y to the second power all to the fifth power, that is going to be y to the 10th. So let's look at a few of these. Always go back to your properties. 2 times invisible 1 is 2, x to the fourth, x to the third. Remember, when I multiply, I add. All right, we just talked about this. When I multiply the bases, I add the exponents. When I multiply, I still have to multiply numbers, so 3 times 4 is 12. X to the first and x to the fifth is x to the sixth. And this is going to go to this number and to this number. 2 to the third is 8. A squared to the third is a to the sixth. All right, let's look at a couple that you guys get stuck on, because all of a sudden there's a variable thrown in. This is an r, and you guys get all thrown off. So what do you think m to the r to the second power would be? M to the 2r? And I love this question, example 6. When I multiply the bases, c, I add the exponents. So I'm literally taking x plus 5 minus x. And notice that the x's can cancel out. So I end up with c to the fifth power. The last one we're going to go over, it gets confusing because you have to multiply and add, although you're multiplying. So remember, I'm going to take 6y squared times y squared, which is 6y to the fourth, because this is just the number 1, plus 6y squared to y is 6y to the third, minus 6y squared times negative 2 is a negative 12y squared.